Hey Dagan and the rest of the entire Maximum Leverage community, Adam Holland here, and in all fairness, yes, I may have gotten this notice and got the trump card training 12 hours ago, so considering it was a 4-hour training and that gave me 8 hours of implementation, I can't complain because I was actually already kind of working on this stuff for quite a while, and this just kind of gave me more of a kick in the butt to make sure I got even more of it done tonight. So I got some awesome stuff to go over with you, not just as far as the funnel goes, but just some marketing stuff, some mindset stuff, how I'm setting up the whole offer. I mean, everything, you know, just all sorts of stuff. So let's just jump right in. I've had my membership site up for 6 months or so, and I wanted to change around how the sales funnel worked, and I'm not going to go into the whole spiel about what it's like right now with, you know, an application process, and then it goes right up to a $500 home study course. We're changing it around a little bit, and we're actually starting with the continuity as opposed to making the continuity built into a higher ticket thing. So that's about as detailed as I'll get with the old stuff. The new stuff, we're actually integrating an automated webinar process. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about that, what I've done to create all of that, show you a little bit about the continuity kind of stuff, and bear with me here while I bring up the skeleton membership site, and you guys will actually be the only ones that have actually seen this. None of my existing students have actually seen this, which is kind of funny. Oops. Okay, so this is the skeleton of what is currently here, but as far as the offer goes, the actual product, it's a whole university that's got startup training, fast start training, leadership training, bonus training, every marketing course that I've ever created, and then some, banner advertising, SEO and content marketing, direct mail, email, I mean, all sorts of stuff. Some other products that are in our back office. Then we've got our back end is going to be coaching, as well as other approved opportunities and resources. So this is all going to be affiliate programs and business opportunities that have been quote unquote approved. We'll also have the calendar of events here, which is basically going to be a list of any go-to webinars that I'm doing, the community Facebook group, and our blog, and there's the affiliate center and the customer center. So that's kind of just like a quick overview of what the actual product is itself. So that's kind of a start as far as what that's looking like. And I was going to go there in a second. I wanted to come up with some kind of a headline for the automated webinar, and I wanted to share this resource with you guys. It's internetmarketingcourse.com/free headline generator, and literally you just put in a couple of things here. So product description. It's a marketing system. Claim, generate endless leads. Result, live your dream lifestyle. Result in the past tense is, let's say you tripled your business. So you click on generate headlines. Oops, and looks like I have to do it again because it expired. But it literally gives you a whole bunch of templated headlines, like 40 or 50 of them. Including if you wanted to do fill in the blanks or whatever. But if you stink at getting headlines, just like I do with copywriting, I usually use this and a couple other resources as well to just come up with random headline ideas. And sometimes I'll use these directly. Sometimes these just give me ideas on what I want to use for headlines and just in general. So a fast and fun way to generate endless leads, or 7 moral, ethical, and perfectly legal ways to generate endless leads. And again, it all depends upon your niche and your target market. But I mean, it gives you just awesome ideas. So that's just one little thing for you. So I ended up using free webinar reveals the simple formula to endless leads and automated profits the lazy way. And I'm actually getting the programmers right now to integrate the actual registration form that's supposed to be here. This does work, but it's not integrated exactly correctly, so we're working on that right now. But all these graphics and everything just got done. It's got some information about me with my picture down here, and this is the actual video for the opt-in page. So I'll just let this play for a second here. I want to just do a quick lesson in here as well. So let's just hit play. Hi, my name is Adam Holland, and I'm the founder of Global Leadership Max. Just a few years ago, I was laid off from my job and had no way to pay my bills. So I did what most people like you and I would do. I went to the internet to find a solution. Within 12 months, I was making a 6-figure income online. And then I threw it all away. What? That's right, I had over 57 blogs that were making me a cool 5 figures monthly, selling other people's products online. I was working. And then I go on to say, and then I threw it all away. And the whole thing about this is we start off with like a calm kind of a video of me just working outside, on the MacBook, and it's very calm, and the music's kind of playing in the background, and it's just very soothing. And then I throw in that like record scratch that I threw my business away, and it talks about how I sold off a big chunk of my business to go and do this system and to basically be a trainer. And it's a really great what's called a pattern interrupt to get that person's attention to make them watch the rest of the video, and just in that first 10 to 20 seconds there in the beginning. So and I just came up with this graphic here earlier today because I wanted some separation between the information down here and the actual registration form. Now when people fill out this information here, there's a whole little process that they're going to go through with a couple other little offers, but ultimately they're going to get brought to a webinar, which this won't actually start right now, but let's see if I can make it. No, it won't. Okay. But I can show you the webinar that I did, just so you know that I actually did it. And hey there, everybody. There you go. This presentation is exactly 57 minutes long, 58 minutes long, and so it's basically it's an automated webinar that's under an hour that sells $100 a month membership. So that's the continuity program. I actually used the template from Dustin Matthews and Dave Van Hoos from 7-Figure Speaking Empire or / MVP Associates, depending upon what company name you look them up by. But I know Dagan had done what's called a power day with them. It was like $10,000 or $12,000 to go down there for a day of consulting. They actually have an offer right now. It's $2,000 for their. It's like 3 years of Stealth Seminar, the automated webinar process, and they give you the sales process that they use. So I took their sales process, but here's another little tip: is I actually researched, and actually I won't go and find it, but I went to their website and I looked who else was giving them testimonials, like Russell Brunson and Greg Davis and Matt Morris and Dagan, obviously. And I actually went and found their presentations. I did a whole bunch of digging online and found their presentations that they made using Dave and Dustin's template. And then I literally used all of those videos as swipe files for my sales video. So I basically molded some of the concepts and some of the verbiage and the order of how everything was placed, and I put some story in there as well. So you'll see I stole a couple of slides from Matt Morris's, where he kind of went over about Matt Morris, and he goes over. He's also a best-selling author, and I used his program to become a best-selling author. So, so that tells you it works. I bought his product using the same formula. That was $3,000. So I go over just who I am for some more credibility that have been featured on news networks, etc., etc. And then I actually go into more of the story kind of stuff. So I share, my. Oops, come on. Formal guy simply figured out the formula for success. It's coming. My embarrassing picture. This is, a picture of me when I was 5 years old at Christmas, and then I talk about how that was my last Christmas when my parents were still together, and when they got divorced, it was earth-shattering. And I go into some and how that translated into me actually becoming an entrepreneur. So just as Dagan says, not only email storytelling, but storytelling right in your presentation. So that's gonna also hold people's attention more, give them a little bit more of an emotional attachment to the story, to my words, to everything as far as the offer goes, and keep that attention all the way through. So after they purchase that, there is a one-time offer. And let me go to that real quick. Stop. Before you so just a quick little thing here. I've actually used this 2 times in sales presentations before, and this is just a stop sign. Psychologically, when people see a stop sign, just like when they're driving, they literally stop. It's something that subconsciously is just going to grab their attention, and again, be that pattern interrupt to really make sure that you've got their undivided attention. So stop before you continue. I've got a very special one-time offer for you, and there's actually a specific slide in here, this one right here, that I want to address. And before I'll read it first, and then I'll show you where I got this from. I wrote, "It won't be a surprise to you that my most successful students are the ones that are most committed to their own success." I.e., they're people that make the commitment to get the annual membership. They make the commitment to be here a year. And I actually wanted to show you a quick couple of second video from Robert Cialdini, who is the author of a book called Influence, The Powers of Persuasion. I think something along those lines. I've got it, and I think everybody should have it if you're in sales in any regards. And he actually talks real quick about this story about how if you've ever gone to hotels or resorts where they always have those signs that say, please reuse your towels to save water. It's good for the environment, blah, blah, blah. And he actually talks about psychologically how they could get more people to reuse or recycle their towels. So I'm actually going to play this. The volume's going to be really low, but you guys can just obviously Google this to watch the whole 5-minute video, but I'm going to give you a quick 20-second snippet right here.
We put different kinds of cards in rooms to see what we could say on the card that would most increase the likelihood that people would say yes. What hotels typically say is, do this for the environment, do this for future generations, or cooperate with us toward this common cause. We added a different sign based on the principle of consensus, that people want to do what everybody else is doing. It said, the majority of guests who stay at our hotel do recycle their towels at least once.
Did you catch that? The majority of people that stay at our hotels recycle their towels at least once. So instead of saying it's for the environment, it's for this like third party, source, or it's almost kind of, I don't want to say guilting them into it. Instead of trying to do the old environment in the same old ways that most people would think would get people to recycle their towels, he said if they added the line, most people that stay at this hotel recycle their towels at least once. That psychologically influence the person more to recycle their towels. And he actually goes on to say how most managers and most hotels don't actually put that wording in there because they don't know the research. And that's the great thing, guys, about doing direct response marketing is, first of all, you get to measure and track all these different parts of your business and see what, I call it beating my high score, just like video games. I'm a huge video game freak. So I always try and beat my high score in video games, and I love beating my high score in business, which means making more money, serving more customers and clients, and building more relationships. So, and I also wanted to do part 2 of that is, you can actually learn from people in all sorts of different business ventures, small business, your local businesses to you. Just when you become a marketer and this is really your career, you'll find little things like this. And even though this was had to do with a hotel chain and recycling towels, I actually related that into my one-time offer by saying, it won't be a surprise to you that my most successful students are the ones that are most committed to their own success. And then I go on to say, so that's why I'm going above and beyond with this insane 50% off discount and our annual membership. So that's the one-time offer video, which is all recorded and is here, obviously, for you to see. So that's being implemented with the sales funnel right now. Now, obviously, because I had 12 hours of getting this notice to actually do this, I didn't actually mail this offer out yet. This is actually going to be set to launch April 2nd. So by then we'll have all the testing done with the shopping cart and make sure everything's good. But I didn't want to leave you with just what the sales funnel looks like. And let me actually go through that a little bit more in detail about some of the stuff that I did do. Registration page, ad copy, video graphics, integrating with the autoresponder and shopping cart system as we speak. The automated webinar, we got 7 days of ad copy. It was basically, it took me, what I mean by that, it's got 7 days it took me to actually write out the copy and tweak it for that particular automated webinar, so that's something that's been ongoing. Just creating the slides, recording it, editing it, and rendering it. Yes, I did all that stuff myself with Camtasia. I think it's still 99 bucks or something like that. All of that is to sell a continuity program. Now, most gurus and trainers that I speak to say that, you know, you want to sell something 997 bucks and even more on a webinar, just go right to the high ticket. I disagree. I want to start at this level and get people on the continuity. I learned that by trying a couple other things out, and I think that this is going to work out much better just from some of the tests that I've done. So they'll buy the $99.95 a month continuity. If they do not, we'll actually downsell them into a $10 7-day trial, of which they'll then get rebilled in the $99.95 per month if they decide to keep that. So that's how we're working that. Like I said, we will have the one-time offer for the annual membership of 50% off. I may add in coaching as a one-time offer in addition to the funnel, but more than likely I'll probably put that on the back end along with our elite membership, which is going to offer 90% commissions. I got that idea from Matt. Thank you, Matt. We'll be doing actual marketing case studies, just like Digging You've Gotten Maximum Leverage, where you're showing people where to get the traffic, except I want to go above and beyond, and I'm actually going to do something very controversial, which is show people keywords in actual campaigns, and you know what offers and what the sales funnels are, basically leave nothing out. And the disadvantage of that is it's going to basically, it's going to be about $300 a month for this, and even at that price, giving away case studies like that, basically cut and paste marketing funnels, I'm not going to be able to sell more than like 5 or 10 of these elites a month. I don't think I really want to do more than that to be able to give away those case studies, or we'll just end up making it a real ridiculously high price, like 10 grand or something like that, which will still be 100% worth it, and we'll have additional coaching included in that elite membership as well. So I've pretty much got the initial pricing on this worked out. We're going to play it by ear and see how many elite members will come on, and we'll eventually cap that offer. It might be a program that we launch every 90 days, and you know, it gets closed again. It'll basically be a perpetual launch within the sales funnel. And like I said, we're going to do lots of done-for-you services. One of them is marketing co-ops. I've actually been doing a bunch of marketing co-ops. I've probably done 4 or 5 marketing co-ops since I've been online, and just 3 in the past 6 or 7 months alone. And I'm actually going to show you some of the results of the traffic, at least the traffic and the leads and the cost per lead. I'm actually not tracking sales with HyperTracker. I'm only using the rotator for HyperTracker to rotate affiliate links. So a lot of these are through some of the sources like Warrior Forum, or they're through like Solo Ad Directory or Safe Swaps, or just a long number of resources that you can find anywhere as far as that goes. So this is Ray Johnson, and actually I'll come back to him in a second. Andrea Fulton, Hamir Finn, and as you can see, guys, I've been talking between $1 to $2 a lead, and I noticed that anytime that I actually got really close to $2 per lead, and just so you know, every time I've gotten close to $2 per lead, I really didn't, how do I put this? Whenever I got close to $2 per lead or more on a solo ad, that means that I bought too many clicks from that person. And let me explain what that means. In this case, Dean, let me actually just look at this real quick. He promised 1,750 clicks for $500. So if you just do the math on that real quick, $500, oops, divided by 1,750 is 28.5 cents, so 29 cents per click. That's freaking awesome. And I'll take that all day long. That should have been, dollar leads all day long. And it was actually double that. And when I looked at the stats, you'd say, oh wow, he actually delivered a lot more than 1,750 leads. He actually delivered 5,700. Now, but look at this. His actual opt-in rate was terrible. So if we do the math on his opt-in rate, it was 229 out of 5,738. So he had a 4% opt-in rate. So how come all the other people in the same niche as him that have lists that were all built, by sharing all the same, email swaps with a lot of the same people, why is it that everybody else could opt in at 30 or 40% when this guy's list was only 4%? Now, we can take this with a grain of salt, and just so you know, sometimes you'll see this. This happened also with Kevin's, where he had 12,000 something and only 142 leads out of 12,000 clicks. Sometimes it happens if the same lead clicks on the email or double clicks. Sometimes things get stuck or messed up with the tracking where it actually looks like they opened it up, 120 times or something like that. So, or they clicked on it 120 times. That has happened many times before because they're not tracking necessarily unique clicks. So that's one thing that could happen that could throw off your numbers a little bit. But here's the thing that I've found with some of these markers, and I don't think this was the case with Kevin. It might have been, and actually it probably was. It's almost $6 a lead. But with Dean, I was pretty sure it was. What some people that have done solo ads would do is they'd go to a site called AdHits. I think it's adhits.com with a Z. Yeah. They go to adhits.com, and let me just log in here so you can see. You can basically buy clicks, and if I click on advertisers, buy clicks, I think, or buy network ads. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but basically this is just a crap ad network, honestly, and it's a way for, they'll basically go to a site like this, or if you look up like guaranteed traffic, guaranteed hits to your website, they'll just go and they'll take your $500, they'll go and spend $30 to deliver 10,000 hits, and say, oh, yep, we delivered the hits. Well, it's not our fault they didn't convert. I know if somebody's opting in at a 4% opt-in rate, that it's crap traffic, that it's either pay-per-view type traffic, which is typically lower quality because it's interruption style marketing. It's that guaranteed traffic kind of BS or whatever. So again, this is the importance of looking at your stats, is if you ever see stuff like this or like this, where your leads or your opt-in rates are very far off, even if it's a less targeted list, I basically call them out on it. I had many emails with Dean, and I'm not bad-mouthing him or anything. I'm not going to buy from him ever again. Saying, calling him out, saying, where the traffic come from, because it definitely didn't come from your list. Or the first 180 leads came from the first 500 clicks, which is from your list, but the other 5,200 clicks were junk, and they were there just to fill the gap, in between. So long story short with that, guys, is make sure that you're tracking stuff, and make sure to call people out on their BS if they try and screw you out of the traffic that they promised you. Speaking of which, this other guy, Ray, which I wanted to go into, and I wanted to wait to go into this now, is he actually promised, let me see, I'm assuming it was 1,500 clicks, so he's actually still behind. But he had only delivered 600 as of a couple days ago, and that was actually an email solo that was about 2.5, 3 weeks old. And he actually had emailed me saying, hey, you want to do another solo? And I'm like, dude, I'm still waiting for the rest of those clicks. He's like, oh, sorry, I was supposed to mail twice. And you won't realize this sometimes is when some people say that they can deliver, a guaranteed, let's say in this case for Ray, 200 clicks. They have to specify, is it unique clicks or raw, RAW, raw clicks. And you want unique clicks because if, one person clicks on the ad 500 times, well, that's 500 clicks, haha, that kind of thing. So when you start to do more of these ads, and like guys like Dean, who obviously, like if I bought his 100-click solo ad for $50, I probably would have gotten the same value out of his $500 solo ad, and that would have saved some money right there. So Again, that's just all stuff that as you do marketing, stuff happens. And again, that's why tracking is important. That's why all this testing is important. And then you find guys like this. This guy's name, this guy I found on the Warrior Forum. I tested it out. It was $197. He promised to mail out on a Friday. Didn't mail out. I emailed him. He said, sorry, I forgot. I'll load it in right now. Waited another couple days. It didn't get sent out. So I emailed him, hey, dude, if you're not going to email, I'm just going to ask for a refund. No response. Did a PayPal chargeback, and he said, hey, what's the deal? Let's work something out. And only when I did the chargeback did he actually say, oh, let's work something out. And honestly, guys, if you know somebody that does stuff like that, obviously don't buy from them. But it's actually just about as easy to hit the refund button for him as it would have been to hit the email, because I had sent him all my copy and the link and everything. He was set to go. It was so simple. So what that guy was just trying to do was steal $200. So I got my money back. It took like 3 weeks with PayPal and everything, but and I made sure I posted on his Warrior Forum post never to buy from him. So again, not to be a jerk or anything like that, but it's not. This is again why you need to be tracking stuff to make sure that people are doing what they say they're supposed to be doing. And this is Conterra, which is not a solo ad, but you need like a $2,000 deposit to work with Conterra. They're an in-text ad network, so I just wanted to share that with you too. It's a nice little other traffic source. We're only getting a 10% opt-in rate, so we're changing the funnel around to the automated webinar shortly, so hopefully this will bring up to about 15 to 20% opt-in rate with the new funnel. So these will have exit pops and all that fun stuff too. So I think that's about it. I just dropped a whole bomb on you guys with all this stuff, and I know this was quite a long video, so I'm hoping you guys got some great value out of that. I'm hoping to have my no excuses ticket and flight paid for by Dagan with that $1,000, because I'm gonna put it right back into marketing and my plane ticket, and I'm sure I'm hoping to see Dagan there, and I'll make sure I buy you a beer as well. So thanks for everybody for voting for me if you did, and we will see you guys soon.